That's right, you know what we're here for. We're back in the OG setup, everyone's favorite. It's Christmas Day as I'm filming this. We got the red and green LED lights going on, and we are coming at you with the long-awaited Christmas songs tier list. As always, we're going to be ranking these Christmas tunes on this beautiful tier list that you see on screen right now, from S tier all the way down to F tier. And also, let's just get this out of the way right now. I know a lot of these Christmas tracks are just standards at this point and have like 50 different versions by totally separate artists, so I just went with either the most famous recording of the song for the tier list, the original recording, or just the one that stood out to me the most. Subscribe if you enjoyed this video, of course, and without further ado, let's just get started with the now most popular Christmas song of all time. You know it, you love it, sing it with me now. Alright, hopefully that was a good enough transition for this. You know, I've had a pretty long arc with the song. Originally, when it first started getting really popular, which is, I mean, it's been popular forever, but I feel like it really got popular around like mid to late 2010s. This song, to my like 12-year-old self, was so goddamn annoying. But you know, as I've gotten a little bit older and a little bit more mature, I realized that this song actually is pretty good. I kind of have to separate the annoying factor of it because around this time of year, it is fucking everywhere and it can get very infuriating. But looking at it as a pure song, it's pretty good. I mean, Mariah Carey, obviously she can carry a tune. Great singing performance here. Obviously very catchy. There's a reason it's the most popular Christmas song of all time by now. And truthfully, there's some Christmas songs on here that are so much worse than this one. I think for the annoying factor, because I do have to take that into account, I think I'm going to go C tier with it, but it's really not as bad as everyone thinks.
But baby, it's cold outside. But baby...
This is an interesting one, for sure. I'm sure we all know by now why this song is so infamous, but sonically, it's very nice. I like the duet aspect of it. Dean Martin's got a really nice voice, obviously, and a lot of these songs in common have that classic old Christmassy, jazzy kind of sound to them, and just, it's very nice. So overall, sound-wise, I really do like it, but lyrically, obviously, basically, the whole idea is the man in this scenario, Dean Martin, is trying to convince his lady, who I actually don't know who does the duet on this version, to stay with him because it's cold outside. But there are some lines that have aged like nothing but milk. You've got, the neighbors might think, baby, it's bad out there. Say, what's in this drink? No cabs to be had out there. Is he roofing her? I don't, like, this is crazy. But yeah, essentially the whole idea of the song is that the man is trying to convince over and over again, almost trying to pressure the woman into staying with him to presumably, you know, stay the night. And so obviously that's problematic, lyrically speaking, but sound-wise, it's pretty good. I think we'll go D tier with it. I think we'll go D tier. Oh, and now we got a heater with Christmastime Is Here by the Vince Guaraldi Trio, obviously for A Charlie Brown Christmas. I was never someone who like really grew up with Charlie Brown. Obviously it's like so old, but like this song and like all of the Charlie Brown music by Vince Guaraldi is just incredible at capturing that sense of nostalgia. It's one of those songs where you can just like see where you're at. Like it's playing and you're in a log cabin, the fire's going. It's fucking 1965. It just paints a visual is what I'm saying. And you know, it's just very beautifully, meticulously created. And yeah, it's a really strong one. One of my go-tos if I'm in like the holiday spirit. Is it A tier or S tier though, is the question. I mean, it is one of my favorites. I'm gonna say it. I think it deserves S tier. And I'm always, you know, we can always change it as we're going along. But yeah, for now we're gonna give Christmastime Is Here S tier.
Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad.
And we got back-to-back heaters with this one too. We got Feliz Navidad by Jose Feliciano. Now, like I said, this one is also probably one of my favorites. Obviously, it's a very unique Christmas song, especially for one to become the standard that it is nowadays. It really sounds like no other, and that's because obviously the Latin elements. But as a song itself, I really do like it. Like, there was a comment that stuck out to me when I was like looking at the song on YouTube. It feels very true, but when he says, I want to wish you a Merry Christmas, like, he actually means it. Like, whenever he's saying it in the song, I feel like he's wishing me a Merry Christmas, you know? And that's what the Christmas spirit's all about, you know? So, thank you, Jose Feliciano. It's hard to talk about these because we all know about them, so I feel like it's hard to explain aspects of the song because I feel like they're all should be obvious. Like, we've all heard Feliz Navidad, right? But as a song, it's very strong. I don't know if I like it as much as Christmastime Is Here, so I think I would probably go A tier with it, but it is, you gotta give it credit for its uniqueness. I think that's its strongest aspect, for sure. So we'll go A tier.
Frosty the Snowman was a jolly happy soul.
Fuck, this one's good too. Holy shit, bro. This is tough. Oh my god, we got Frosty the goddamn Snowman. I love this picture, by the way, just the dude. I couldn't find an actual cover for the song, so it's just, what's his name, Jimmy Durant. Great movie, by the way, love the movie, classic, obviously. But as for the song, it's also pretty damn good, I'm not gonna lie. It's got a lot of cool moments. I love, like, the part in the chorus where he's singing and they just go like, ooh. And it has, like, this moment where he's talking about Frosty marching, too, where he goes into town. It hits, like, this slower, like, marching cadence. It's very, like, cool musically speaking. And, of course, this is one of the Christmas songs, like a lot of them on here, that have, like, an actual story to them. Obviously, this one's about Frosty the Snowman. Absolute G, of course. Out of all the OG Christmas movie songs, I don't know if I'd put it above something like Rudolph, but it's pretty damn good. I think it's a perfect B tier for me.
So this is Christmas.
This one is one that I think is held in pretty high regard. Obviously, all of these songs are held in pretty high regard, except one of them on here, I think. But, I think it's a little bit overrated, you know? I think it's a little bit overrated. Obviously, it's got good guitar work. It's John Lennon. Good singing. I will say, I do find I think it's the Harlem Community Choir on here, and Yoko Ono on the chorus, kind of annoying. I've never really liked that part, but obviously the message is very nice too, being anti-Vietnam War. But, I don't see this making it any higher than, like, B tier, honestly. Like, it's alright. It's never one I go, like, out of my way to listen to. And I know a lot of people really love this one, but I don't know. I didn't feel it that much. I will say, though, out of the two Beatles songs on here, this is definitely the better Christmas Beatles song. This is another one with a really, really good bit of story to it. You know, I was always stupid, and I thought that the mommy was actually kissing Santa Claus, and, like, I was on the kid side. I guess I was a kid when I was listening to it, so actually, you know what? That's genius, because as a kid, you're like, oh my god, Michael Jackson did see mommy kissing Santa Claus. But then as an adult, you realize, no, it was just his dad dressed up as Santa Claus. I like this one. I definitely like this one. Obviously, it is a feat that an 11-year-old kid, obviously it's Michael Jackson, but still, an 11-year-old kid can sing on this song and it not being the most annoying thing in the world, because I usually hate when kids sing. Lyrically, very fun. I think this is one of the funniest Christmas songs for sure, so it's got to get some points there. But as a song, though, like, it doesn't work so much as a song as it does just a really funny bit. I think it's B tier again.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Alright, number 8, I believe, we've got Michael Bublé with It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas. Not the biggest fan of this one, but it is truly maybe the most average Christmas song out there. Obviously, Michael Bublé has a Frank Sinatra kind of thing going on where he can sing well, he's got a good tenor or baritone, I don't know. Obviously, nice background production. The strings are pretty lovely in this version. I will say, I do want to talk about some of the lyrics here because this is some personal catharsis here. I had no idea what these meant for the longest time. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that will talk and will go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. That's a good line. I like that. That's funny. The first two, that is worded so bad. A pair of hop-along boots and a pistol. Like, that's so hard to say, and it's annoying. But anyways, it is truly, like, the definition of an average Christmas song to me, so I think it has to go in, like, C tier, probably.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Alright, now we've got another pretty average one, all things considered, I think, with It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year by Andy Williams. Yeah, I really wish I had more to say about this one, but, again, extremely average. Good voice on Andy Williams, obviously. Production or instrumental I think is actually pretty cool. You've got the background vocals, obviously. It's at a faster tempo, like I said. It's pretty fun, I think. But I think this one really does suffer the most from how overplayed it is. I think this is like probably the fourth most played Christmas song of all time. But yeah, it comes on so often, and just, I don't know, it's lost a lot of that sparkle for me, you could say. It lost a little bit of that Christmas shimmer, you know? Yeah, so I think I would go C tier. I think it's perfectly on par with It's Beginning to Look a Lot Like Christmas.
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. Jingle bells.
I did not realize how good this one actually is. Honestly, dare I say, pretty underrated, because it's another one that's played all the time, but this one has got that sauce to it, you know? A lot of the guitars doing the heavy lifting. I love the sound of the guitar. You've got, again, really nice background vocals, and Bobby Helms, he just comes through with a good vocal performance. It's just got a nice, catchy sound to it, you know? A lot of these traditional, more like jazz standard kind of ones all have a very similar sound to them, but as long as they have one unique element to them, I think they really, really stand out, because at the end of the day, I am a big jazz fan, and so this formula I do like a lot, but it does need some unique aspect to go up in the rankings for me, and I think Jingle Bell Rock has exactly what I'm looking for. Also, you gotta appreciate the lines, "Giddy up, jingle horse, pick up your feet, jingle around the clock, mix and a mingle in the jingling feet." That's the Jingle Bell Rock. That is so fun to say. Dare I say it's on a similar quality to Feliz Navidad? I think I would. I think I'm going A tier.
Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for a very special moment. We have reached the classic Last Christmas by Wham. Oh my God, this song, it's so overplayed. It is ridiculously overplayed, but it's one of those where I could hear it 100 times in a row and still like it. I've kind of accepted at this point that, specifically, we'll get to it, but the pudding mix that adds an extended intro and outro, one of my favorite songs of all time. This song is so good. First of all, production, phenomenal. Aged like fine wine, the finest. I'm talking about Italian Gregorio 1932, whatever the fuck it's called. I may have had some of that on Christmas Eve. Again, we're talking about the unique aspects. No other Christmas song sounds like this. It's got like synth pop, electro pop elements, and obviously you do have that jingle bell sound that kind of rings it back into the Christmas sound, but it's just got such a unique, cool palette for Christmas. And vocally, you guys know, if there is a song with like good backing and a phenomenal vocal performance, it is just chef's kiss to me. It is just perfect. And George Michael, obviously, one of the greatest singers of all time, in my opinion, kills it on here. All the extra little harmonies he does, especially as it gets to the end with the chorus, and that chorus too is so goddamn catchy. Truly perfect song. I think genuinely perfect song. Wouldn't change a thing about it. Easy, easy, easy S tier.
Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow.
Now we get a kind of weird one with Let It Snow, Let It Snow, Let It Snow. Let It Snow times 3, if you will. By Vaughn Monroe, which I believe is the original version. Correct me on that if I got it wrong. Definitely not the most popular version for this one. I think that would probably be the Dean Martin one. But yeah, obviously Dean Martin was already on this list, so I wanted to kind of keep it one artist per. And so I went with Vaughn Monroe, and I think, honestly, his version is one of my favorites. I like, he's got this deeper baritone voice and this very funny delivery on it, and I just like the vintage sound of all like the muted trumpets and the more, for lack of a better word, vintage audio quality. I think it adds a lot to that whole vibe of it, right? I'll put it in B. I'm feeling nice to good old Vaughn Monroe. Probably dead. Rest in peace.
I'ma be under the mistletoe with you, shawty.
Dare I say, we were too mean to Justin Bieber in this era. Baby, classic. This song, classic. Production-wise, not too much going on with it, just kind of like a simple acoustic guitar with some like slower drums. But Jay Biebs, the vocals on here, so smooth. I also love that he says in the chorus, he says, "Shoddy with you." That's so funny to me. And there's also the line, chestnuts roasting like a hot July, which is always stuck out to me because it's such a stupid simile. And oh my god, I almost completely forgot about the bridge on here. The bridge on here is so good. The melody he hits is just, and then obviously chorus, so catchy. Yeah, I think I would go A tier with it. One of my favorites, genuinely.
Rocking around the Christmas tree at the Christmas party.
First things first, shout out Brenda Lee's old ass for making a music video to this song 1 year ago. She's just up there singing the song and she's like 80 or something. That's honestly awesome. But yeah, as a song, I would say it's pretty decent. Massive bonus points for one for the sax solo. I'm assuming it's a saxophone. Vocally speaking though, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of her kind of delivery, but it does have a lot of good energy to it. And it's catchy. It's for sure catchy. I think it's probably a C tier, but the saxophone elevates it to like a B tier.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose.
More than halfway through now, we got Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer by Burl Ives. Another one with obviously the Rankin Bass movie attached to it. And this one I've got a lot of nostalgia for. Oh man, that snowman, when I see that snowman, Damn. Obviously, another one with a story as well, and like I said, I think I prefer it to Frosty. And it's just this nice little underdog tale. You got this reindeer, Rudolph, he's got the red nose, and everyone makes fun of him for it, but you know, his red nose ends up saving the day and saving Christmas for all of us. It's got a nice melody to it. I like the guitar in here. Bro Live's one of my favorite voices. I think his voice just bleeds in nostalgia for me, although I could be biased because I grew up with this movie. I think it deserves A tier. I think it deserves A tier. I think I'm going A tier. A tier.
Run, run, Rudolph! Randolph ain't too far behind.
And moving on to another one about Rudolph, we've got Run, Rudolph, Run by Chuck Berry. And this is a pretty fun one. Dare I say, maybe better than the original. But yeah, I really like, for one, the guitar solo in here is super clean. Chuck Berry can really hit that shit. He's got a great voice, and I do like how in the intro he says, Run, Run, Rudolph, Randolph ain't too far behind. He just makes up a reindeer name. But it's nice to get, you know, after the origin story of the character, we get essentially a hype track for him. I imagine Rudolph is listening to this as he's, you know, he's moving the sleigh forward for Santa. He's got the shit in his, like, reindeer earbuds or whatever. But yeah, I like the lyrics of it. I like the sound of it. I like the guitar solo. I like the vocals. Not much wrong with this track. I think A tier is another fitting one.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the...
Alright, now we got Santa Baby by Eartha Kitt. And now this one is probably the most polarizing on the list for me. Because on one hand, I'm really not a fan of the way Eartha Kitt sings in this. She's got this very, like, babyish delivery, and I don't like it too much personally. On the other, though, I love the, like, the do-do-do-do, ba-doom. Like, the background shit, that's clean. And also, the lyrics are so funny. Come and trim my Christmas tree. Whoa! And as for what tier it goes in, you know what? I'm gonna make a little hot take. I think I'm gonna go D tier with it. And hear me out. It's funny as a concept, again, kind of like I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, but as a song, I think it's way worse. And obviously, that's big personal bias. I just don't like the way Eartha Kitt sounds on here. But yeah, you know, that's just me, and it's my tier list, right?
Better watch out, you better not cry, better not pout.
Alright, and now circling back to another real classic here with Santa Claus is Coming to Town by good old Blue Eyes, Frank Sinatra, another New Jersey native, by the way, shout out. This song is another one that is remarkably average to me, if I'm being honest. There are some other versions of the tune, to be fair, that do add a little bit more sauce to it, but this is the classic jazz standard version. Obviously, great voice, love the backing, but it's a pretty standard jazz tune, you know? I will say the lyrics are pretty, like, weird and creepy. If you, like, isolate them from the song, they don't make Santa seem like the nicest guy. You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. He sees you when you're sleeping.
He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake.
Is that not creepy? Kind of isolated? It's a little bit creepy. Anyways, C tier, I think. C tier's fair.
Santa, tell me if you're really there.
Okay. If you see a drop in energy at all, it's because of this fucking song. We got Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande. I hate this song. It truly, to me, exemplifies the worst aspects of the capitalistic spirit of Christmas. And I know that sounds like a bunch of random yapping, but what I'm trying to say is, this feels like, oh, Christmas songs are very popular. Let's make a Christmas song to make a fuck ton of money. And you know what? Good for Ariana Grande. She made a fuck ton of money off of it, for sure. But this song is just so cookie cutter pop to me. I guess the lyrics are kind of cute and the vocals are not horrible, but I really hate it for what it represents. So yeah, I think F tier is absolutely fair for this abomination.
Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Let's get out of the way. It is very, very lofty to title your own song The Christmas Song, but this version absolutely deserves that title for me. It is a very, very strong one. Now, I didn't include a lot of the more, like, religious, slower, kind of like ballad-like Christmas songs, because I just find those to be really boring. Maybe next year we'll include more of those. But this one, I think, really gets away with it, because obviously Nat King Cole is such a great vocalist, and lyrically, it might be the strongest one here. I love the imagery that he's able to put into the song. Obviously, the intro is iconic with the chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose. That is just some wording that, like, puts me right in the Christmas spirit. You know what I mean? And great singing performance. I love the slower string-based backing. Like, this is one I would love to perform in, like, a jazz band or something. You know, I think I'm gonna go A tier with it. I think it's A tier. we've got the Little Drummer Boy from the Little Drummer Boy movie. I don't know who sings the original, and I can't be bothered to look it up. Anyway, point is, we've got some lore to this one, so if I may yap for a little bit. This song was actually the song that was playing when yours truly was born. Little Drummer Boy was playing right as I popped out of there. And my mom, bless her heart, she loves to remind me of this fact. And it's unfortunately kind of jaded me to this song because every year when my birthday comes around, or even just randomly, I'll be reminded by some family member of mine that I was born with this song playing. And it's one of those things where you get it unnecessarily attached to you, and you just kind of tend to not like it because of that, because you just can't stop your association with it, because of stuff out of your control. Pardon the therapy session, but for the longest time, I really did not like this song because of what it represented to me. But I actually rewatched the little short, The Little Drummer Boy. I think it's like 30 minutes or something. Go watch it. It's free on YouTube, by the way. And, you know, I think I was a little too harsh on the guy. As a song, it's not my favorite, for sure. Obviously, it's like more of a religious thing, so it's not really my cup of tea here. I'll give it points for uniqueness, for sure. And, you know, the idea of it, it's very sweet. Maybe because I'm attaching it to the movie. My point is, I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. And I thought it was going straight into the F tier, but honestly, I think we can settle with D. I think D is fair for it. Okay, and now we've got a little bit of a weird one for me. We've got Underneath the Tree by Kelly Clarkson. I will say, all of the stuff that I hated Santa Tell Me by Ariana Grande for absolutely applies to this song. It is the most cheap, pop Christmas sounding shit I've ever heard. However, I cannot deny that it is so insanely catchy. It's one of those that it's just an earworm to me, and honestly, I can't hate it too much for it. Chorus is really good. I love the verses, especially with that weird like chord progression that happens in the pre-chorus. It's just insanely catchy. So, what I'm trying to say here is this song is kind of infecting me like a parasite. I should hate it more than I actually do. It should go in F tier, truthfully. But because I'm infected, and because I'm not seeing clearly, we are going with D tier.
Walking in a winter wonderland, gone astray.
Okay, and now it's time for the third to last one. We've got Winter Wonderland, or Walking in a Winter Wonderland, this time by Tony Bennett. Another one that I would say falls under this average tier of Christmas songs, like jazzier Christmas songs, kind of like it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Santa Claus is coming to town, around that area. However, I do have a little bit of a bone to pick with the song, if I'm being honest. Who the fuck is Parson Brown? There is more to the lyrics, too. That one just always stood out to me because it's like, does anyone know what that's supposed to mean? Who the fuck is Parson Brown? But the lyrics in this song are really fucking weird if you look at them. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird? What? What? And then after the Parson Brown thing, he'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man, but you can do the job when you're in town. The snowman is officiating the wedding? Why is he Parson Brown? Why does he have a wedding license? I don't get it. I don't get what he's trying to say here. And so you know what? We're going D tier with it. We are going D tier with it because it doesn't make sense to me. I'm very stupid and I don't like when songs don't make sense to me.
Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh my god, this is what a finale here. This is getting me fucking heated. We've got Wonderful Christmas Time by Paul McCartney. This song fucking sucks. This song, I hate this song. John Lennon over Paul McCartney when it comes to Christmas songs, for sure. This is in Paul McCartney's era where he was playing with weird like synth elements, and I guess forgot how to sing well too. His vocals on here I really do not like, but it's truly just the synth. The synth is so terrible on the song. I hate, it's like, what? It's like, it's so fucking annoying. And this is another one too, where it's like, the first 15 seconds of it, where you get like the intro, like the 4 bars of verse, and then the chorus, fine. You hear it again, a little annoying, but it's fine. You hear it a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th time, and the song's going on for like 4 minutes, that's when it gets fucking terrible. There's also the part where he's like, the choir of children will sing their song, and then there's no actual choir, it's just like the synth. And you know what just hit me right now? I think Wonderful Christmas Time truly is the antithesis to Last Christmas, because they're both kind of more experimental with the sound of a Christmas song, but Last Christmas does it in probably the best possible way, and Wonderful Christmas Time does it in by far the worst possible way. It's just, I hate everything about the song, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe I'm just a hater, maybe I'm just a Grinch, I mean, but I really hate this one. F tier.
You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch.
And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, why I'm dressed up in this Grinch costume in the first place. We've got You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch by Thurl Ravenscroft. I think this might be the most underrated Christmas song ever. It never comes on the radio anymore. Like, I remember it coming on like a little bit like earlier in my life, probably like late 2010s again, but they've just stopped playing it for some reason. I feel like I never hear it anymore, and it is such a banger. Now, first of all, Thurl Ravenscroft, very hard name to say, by the way, but shout out to this guy. Love his bassy voice in this song. It is so unique, and it's so fun. And I love that while he's singing, it's got one of those like instrumental backings where all of his lines are backed up immediately by the horn stabs, and after each one of his verses dissing Mr. Grinch, of course, it's got just these nice little horn licks that come in. But easily, the number one reason as to why this song is an undoubtable S tier is because of the absolute banger lyrics on here. We gotta go through so many of them. You're as cuddly as a cactus, you're as charming as an eel, Mr. Grinch, you're a bad banana with a greasy black peel. We're just getting started. Your brain is full of spiders, you've got garlic in your soul, Mr. Grinch, I wouldn't touch you with a 39.5-foot pole. You have all the tender sweetness of a seasick crocodile. Given a choice between the two of you, I'd take the seasick crocodile. You're a rotter, Mr. Grinch. You're the king of sinful sots. Your heart's a dead tomato splotched with moldy purple spots. Your soul is an appalling dump heap overflowing with the most disgraceful assortment of deplorable rubbish imaginable, mangled up in tangled up knots.
That goes so hard.
How do you respond to that? How do you respond to that? Easy, easy, easy S tier for me, like I already explained. We've done it, boys. That will do it for the Christmas Song Tier List 2024. If you enjoyed, make sure to like the video and subscribe to my channel to see new uploads from me every single Saturday and sometimes Wednesday unless I say otherwise in my community posts. Also, leave a comment letting me know what you agree with and disagree with on this tier list. I'm sure there's going to be a lot. Christmas songs are famously pretty divisive here, and just let me know how I did with it. Also, let me know in the comments what you think about the LED light setup. I kind of did it to be fun, you know, red and green for Christmas, but I'm thinking of trying to keep it maybe like a rainbow thing going on, maybe blue or white, because I do actually really like the lighting that it has right now, especially with my lamp that I've recently gotten. But yeah, just let me know how it looks overall. And also, of course, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I hope you're enjoying time with your family, eating good food, getting good gifts, or just having a good day if you don't celebrate anything like that. And finally, if you'd like to support the channel further, and maybe just for Christmas, you know, a little Christmas gift to your boy, you can now become a member and receive early access to all of my videos, as well as a special shout out from me in them at the end, as you'll see on screen right now. Join up if you're interested, it really does help me out a lot. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go listen to Jay Schlatt's Christmas album now.